We have Danya Spot here again, Revolution BJJ Patch, pulling guard against an opponent that is 1/3 to 1/2 her age, perhaps. I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Danya's got closed guard here, kind of settled in a bit. And you can see her working to control that right sleeve of her opponent with her left hand, right? So she's looking to take that base away so she can hit a pendulum sweep, right? So I've linked a couple of tutorials down below. Check them out. Pendulum sweep type stuff. Very nice move. Danya's base gets a little off here, so she's hugging the head, kind of gets startled and gets pushed back, and her hand ends up posting, so she's back in the closed guard again. Not a huge deal. So she's up like 6-0. This is a points event with a time limit. And her opponent here, it's certainly in her best interest to open up the guard, but Danya kind of does it for her. Sometimes that'll happen where she's going for this armbar, right? And the thing I would like to see different here is the supporting leg, not the one that goes in front of the face, but the one that goes in front of the body. I think the job of that leg is to break your opponent's posture down, right? So this leg really shouldn't be up in the air. It should always be directly across their body, controlling their posture. Otherwise, they can posture up and yank their arm free like that. So it's a very common defense. And you can see Danya's under some pressure here. So instead of giving up the pass, she elects a turtle. Danya had a good turtle, especially for a white belt at the time. Very hard to get hooks and back control and stuff like that. And waiting for her opportunity just to turn in and sit to guard from turtle. And there it goes. So she sits out, gets that leg ready, and catches the guard again. I'll link that as well in the comments below. Check that out. And you can see Danya here using a real good buddy foot. The top leg is checking her opponent from passing. And her opponent's doing just a good job with persistent knee cuts and similar style passes, staying relatively low, forcing Danya to use that top scissor, that frame, in order to get her bottom leg back into play. So some nice buddy foot guard maintenance here from Danya. And Danya again feels threatened and again uses the turtle position, right? So in a sport situation, she's giving up advantages here, sort of tiebreakers, but not points, which can absolutely be decisive, although turning your back rather is always risky. It just kind of depends on what you're trading off for it. And here you can see Danya kind of creeping in, looking to get back to maybe like quarter guard, half guard, capturing one foot. Let me float my head to the other side. You can see her back is still very much under threat though, right? If her opponent gets that hook in there, she's completely got it. Looks like she's got some good upper body control. She's got an underhook as well. So kind of basically a seatbelt or harness grip. And her opponent elects to come up on top because Danya was sort of turning to get her back flat on the mat. Danya doesn't give up side control though, goes back to turtle and sits back into guard. So very interesting transition of events there. And again, Danya's looking to just barely stay alive in terms of the guard here. Okay. And guard maintenance, such a big part of the game. Keeping that knee in between her and her opponent, that's really good. Back to guard, rolling back to guard. And just looking to maintain now, really. I mean, if this is a points event and we've only got a few seconds left, doesn't really, not super relevant that the woman on top gets the sweep here, but Danya takes advantage, follows. The leg's a little in jeopardy, but a lot less so because it's the gi. And she's going to manage to hold out here and stay on top for the remainder of the duration.